It says, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Now, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. Noah found grace in the eyes of God. And that is the only way that we can be saved. With Noah, he was saved through the faith to build this ark. And I was reading back in Hebrews chapter 11, when it's talking about him, it says that he preached the things that are not seen as of yet, talking about then, talking about rain. In the creation account, it's talking about how a mist came up from the ground to water the plants so it never rained. So when he was preaching on something that has never happened before. It has never rained until the windows of the heavens opened up and it poured down rain. It never happened. And he is sitting there building this ark, and the whole time he's preaching, talking about, hey, God's getting ready to wipe everything off. He's going to cleanse it 100%. And he gave them the opportunity to come in while he was preaching, but they just kept on. Jesus said that they ate and they drank and they was married and given in marriage, talking about they were just living their daily lives. The whole time while the hammers are ringing and Noah is building this ark, they're living their daily lives, don't even care. And then when we look at today, doing the same thing. We are preaching that Jesus is coming back, but yet everybody's going their daily lives. We are preaching about something that nobody has ever seen before. And Jesus is coming back. Nobody has ever gone to the grave and then came up and then ascended into heaven. Nobody's done it except for Jesus. And then we are sitting there preaching, and then everybody's saying that this is something we have never seen. How can you fathom this happening? Jesus is saying that this is going to happen. And the same thing going on here. That's what I was saying with Noah. It says that he was just and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. It doesn't say that he was without sin. And he was still a man just like me, just like everybody else, and he's still sinning. And then later on when he gets off the ark, he proves that he's just a man. But he found grace in the eyes of God. He was blameless in the eyes of God, meaning that he was just, and he had the heart and he had the faith to do what God commanded him to do. And God knew it. God knew that if he told Noah to do it, he was going to do it. And that's where the faith comes in. Like I said, now I'm going to move on here. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, and I will remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. So when Noah built the ark, I didn't read this, but God said, come into the ark. He had faith to come into the ark with God. That's the reason why when all the things were going on, he had the faith that what God set in motion, he was going to be okay. And that is the same thing that he's telling us. Like when God comes to dwell with us, everything's going to be okay. He lives within us. If we have the fears, we lay it upon him. And then just like this story right here, after this, Noah comes off, he makes his covenant with him, and he sealed it with a sign that nobody can touch, a sign that nobody can deny. He has sealed it with a covenant. We know that to be the rainbow. The rainbow is the sign. He put it up in the sky for everybody to see. And when we look at it, and even when God looks at it, that is his remembrance, that he will no longer judge the world with water. He will no longer cleanse the world with water. He will no longer bring the floods to the earth. But it got me thinking about, what is a rainbow? Like, what is it? Like, scientifically, it's pure white light comes through it. When it goes through the water, it refracts, and then it kind of breaks apart, and it shows you all the colors that make up our white light. It's pulled up into the sky, and then it's there forever. Every time that it rains and you see a rainbow, you look up and say, that is God's promise. That is God's promise. He hung it in the sky to promise us. And then what really got me thinking, the reason for this message is, if we look back in the book of John, then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life. Jesus is the light of the world. He is the pure white light. And the Romans took him and broke him and beat him, and he was literally broken and hung up for everybody to see. He was the sign of the last covenant. And that's the reason why Jesus says that he is the first and he is the last. And then the first covenant is the one sealed with a rainbow. The last covenant is Jesus hung on the cross and sealed our covenant. We are sealed to the new covenant through his blood. And then it's the blood of Jesus that wipes away all of our sins. It is him that was bruised for our iniquity. His stripes we are healed. Like the rainbow, it's broken. It comes through pure, and it's broken, and it's sent out for a sign for us to look at. It's a sign for our blessings. And then when we look at the cross, that's the same thing. The cross was lifted up for us to see. The same as here. Jesus is the light of the world. And when we walk into him, we become the children of light. And within us, there should be no darkness as long as Jesus is with us, because he is the light of the world. And he was broken for us, and in his stripes we are healed. He gives us the power to become the sons of God. This is a timeless message from the beginning of time to the end of time. And Jesus is always going to be there for us. He always has his hand out ready for us to grab him and pull him into our life. And then when we come to him and he literally grabs us, nobody can take us from him. We can't even take ourselves out. That's the beautiful thing of salvation. It is sealed by God, just like Noah was in the ark. God sealed the door. He sealed him from the destruction that is going to happen, the same as us. We are sealed by the hand of God, and nobody can remove us from it. There's nothing that can get into us to hinder our walk with God. There's nothing there, just like with Noah in the ark. It's a beautiful message that we need to preach and preach more often. God is there to save us. He is there to protect us. And no matter what things go on in our lives, no matter how bad it gets, Jesus is there to help us through all these problems. We are not going through these problems alone. We have somebody that is far greater than us, living within us, living for us, that we get to live with for eternity. Once you accept him, you will never die. This body will fall away, but we will move on somewhere else. We will change locations. When you close your eyes here, you'll open them up, and the first thing you're going to see is Jesus, and he's going to have his arms out and welcome you into the everlasting kingdom that he is going to prepare for us right now. Only thing that we have to do is submit ourselves to him. Last night when I was reading in the book of Mark, the woman, her daughter, had the devil, and she fell at his feet and begged him. That's what we have to do. We have to show the humility to fall down at the feet of Jesus and plead for mercy. And that is how all these things can be made new. We are made new. We have a newness of life in him. And the only thing we have to do is submit ourselves to him, make him Lord of our lives, move off of our throne and let him in. And then he will bring us into all righteousness. He will help us through all the hardships. He will help us through all of these things.